Hey YouTube, it's ShryphonX here. Today we're going to be talking about Boruto, 2 Blue Vortex, Chapter 30. Like and subscribe for more content. KOJI'S evil scheme revealed. Can Boruto save Inogen? Boruto, 2 Blue Vortex, Chapter 30. This chapter has 40 pages. The chapter cover features the Mamushi clones in their disgusting glory. Editor's note: Team 10's efforts overwhelm Mamushi, but when they let their guard down, he multiplies even faster. Himawari the nuke. The chapter begins with Team 10 thinking it is over, except more Mamushi clones are produced. Page 2 is the sneak peek, with Himawari charging her tailed beast ball, with Chocho and Shikadai worried about the damage as they are still in the Leaf Village. Shikadai wraps the Mamushi clones in a shadow net and has Chocho lift them up in the air for Himawari to blast them all away with the tailed beast ball. Himawari could have destroyed the Leaf Village because the fallout of a tailed beast ball, even as small as what she made, could destroy the whole village like Kurama did 32 years ago. Himawari apologies, but Shikadai scolds her, reminding her that they are not always there to look out for her. The team are frustrated to see more Mamushi clones march, which Inogen worries about as well. Kobu has to go. Meanwhile, in the interrogation room, Kobu asks for Konohamaru to get Shikamaru. Sai states that enemies have been detected in the village, namely the human god trees and Boruto. With such a security risk, the Leaf cannot afford to put Kobu at risk, and Sai suggests halting the investigation. Kobu asks for more details, but Sai can only say they are still investigating the unknown threat. Kobu concludes that he will continue the investigation as planned, saying it is too early to evacuate and order Sai to hand over the Hokage. While tracking, Inogen remarks that Mamushi has multiplied to beyond 100 copies. In Chapter 27, Bet Your Life on It, we learn that Mamushi's division allows for infinite duplication at the cost of losing intelligence, and they tend to swarm where the majority are. Delta spots the mass while flying. It is gross. While Sarada insists on going after the Mamushi, Shikamaru explains that while this is still within his predictions, Mamushi's scope has grown, but thankfully, there are no civilian casualties and only minor damage to structures. This means that anyone that is not his target is of low concern unless he is provoked. Before finishing his orders, Shikamaru receives word from the sensor unit to appear before Kobu. Shikamaru tells the unit to do this later, but Kobu joins the line and calls Shikamaru by his full government name instead of his title, reminding him that as chief advisor, Kobu's orders are the feudal lord's orders. Shikamaru insists that the current situation is dire, but for Kobu, the interrogation is far more important, and that disobeying the feudal lord's orders will bring greater harm to the Leaf Village, especially as it is in the middle of crisis and Shikamaru is only acting Hokage. Inogen and Boruto try to reach Shikamaru, but the latter tells them to regroup and await further orders. Suddenly, Boruto is chained up along with some Mamushi clones by Leaf Shinobi. When one of them grabs Boruto's sword, he feels his chakra being drained, and Boruto retrieves his sword, telling the shinobi to run when he spots a human god tree, then leaves the area. Shikamaru asks Sarada and Delta what the Mamushi are doing, and it seems they are not wandering around randomly. Telling him that he will go to the interrogation room to face Kobu, Shikamaru tells Inogen that he will not be able to look at the transmission map, as he will be cut off from the transmission. Inogen is not sure if he can take Shikamaru's place in issuing commands. Shikamaru notes that there are a few Mamushi heading for the Hokage's office. If Koba knows about this, he will reconsider and see reason. Koji tells Shikamaru to hide his scientific ninja tool Toad in his pocket, and the latter asks if the former has a plan. Koji tells Inogen to stop the transmission for a moment, but Inogen says that if he does that, the connection between the teams will be cut off too. Koji says that it cannot be helped because they need to fix this situation first, so he asks Inogen to use a different jutsu. Expressing how he wants the investigation done quickly, Shikamaru enters the interrogation room, where Kobu reveals he has been suspicious of Shikamaru from the very start as responsible for letting Boruto out. Before Kobu continues, Koji instructs Inogen to use mind transfer jutsu on the toad in his base, which in turn leads back to the toad in Shikamaru's pocket, which is staring at Kobu. This allows Inogen to possess Kobu's body. Sai rushes over to see Kobu collapsing and then waking up. Inogen is shocked to see his father, causing him to blurt it out. To salvage the situation, Inogen claims that part of his head felt dry. The toad hops to Kobu's body. As Kobu, Inogen expresses his exhaustion from investigating and his desire for a break. Sai asks if Kobu needs guards, but Kobu dismisses the idea, stating that he needs to relax. He warns that guard will make things tense and orders everyone inside to stay in the room. Inogen then inquires about his next move, and Koji instructs him to go to the roof. However, Inogen worries that Kobu could be targeted by Mamushi. This is when the grand plan unfolds, to kill Kobu. As Shikamaru prepares to leave, Sai immediately realizes that Inogen has possessed Kobu and asks what Shikamaru is plotting with his son. Meanwhile, Koji suggests jumping off the building or pretending to panic when Mamushi arrives. Koji emphasizes that they have no time to consider the rationality or morality of their actions, as Kobu has become their primary enemy and must be eliminated. Since the transmission has been cut off, only Inogen and Koji will know of this plan, leaving no evidence to implicate the culprits. Suddenly, Mamushi appears to ask Kobu for Ida's location, and Koji's toad fires a blast at one of the clones, triggering another division. These perfect circumstances present an opportunity to eliminate the Land of Fire's second highest ranked official. Editor's note: when pursuing one's goals, one cannot be overly concerned with rationality or morality. Will Inogen choose to act in accordance with these principles? Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more content. ShryphonX out.